though he
Imagine being decap. I mean, at least it's instant, but still, like just a quick slit. Fuck my mic. You know what I'm saying? Reapers, what's is good? It's your boy Laser. He's about to recommend another scary reaction video. He's another scary content. So continue to laugh, guys. Reacting to top 10 scary last breath confessions. Guys, there's so many people that said crazy ass shit before they stopped breathing. If you enjoy scary content, you more scary videos features, hit the like button. You subscribe to tickle the notification bell icon. I also stream every night on Twitch. Go check out streams, fucking amazing. Let's dive straight in this video.
This is the top 10 scary last breath confessions. Really bad timing brings us to number 10. While serving time in prison, James Washington suffered from a heart attack and he thought he was going to die. He desperately wanted to clear his conscience, so he began confessing something to the prison guard. He said, "I have something to tell you. I have to get something off my conscience. And you need to hear this. I killed somebody. I beat her to death." Well, thanks to modern medicine and technology, James Washington ended up surviving, and
with a knife?
Once he started to feel better, he actually tried to retract his confession. Like, no, I didn't. I was kidding. I didn't actually kill anybody. But at that time, it was too late. He was sentenced to additional 51 years in prison, and that was for the murder of Joyce Goodiner, who died back in 1995. I mean, damn, that's brutal. But I guess you shouldn't do the crime if you can't do the time. And I guess before you...
It's like that one episode of SpongeBob where they put them in the jail for like less than a second. Can't do the time, don't do the crime. What did they even do? I forgot. Why did they put them in the jail for a second? I don't remember. I remember them saying something like they wanted to stay there. I don't fucking know.
You make your confessions and reveal yourself. Make sure you're actually going to die. That's pretty brutal to say, right? Alright, let's move on. A confession note comes onto this list at number 9. Joan Harrison's body was found in a garage back in 1975. She had a bite mark on her chest, and it was discovered that she had been kicked to death. Originally, the police suspected that the infamous British serial killer, the Yorkshire Ripper, had done this brutal killing until they received a 3-page letter in the mail. The letter was from Christopher Smith, who was 60 years old and dying of cancer. He wrote, "I would like to put the record straight. I can't go on with the guilt. I'm truly sorry for all the pain I've caused to anyone. Please believe me when I say I'm sorry." This letter was sent 35 years after the murder took place, and thanks to modern DNA testing, the police was able to confirm this deathbed confession and finally close this murder case. The ice cream shop murders
Murder Case. Go check out my song Murder Case, all platforms.
Brings us to number 8 on our list. In 1967, 2 women were shot to death while working at an ice cream shop in Virginia. They were both shot in the head during the end of the night, and about $138 was stolen from the register. Years went by, and the police were unable to come up with any suspects for these brutal murders. Until nearly 40 years after the crime was committed, new information was brought to their attention. The police were called in to question Diane Crawford, who was at the end stages of heart failure and chronic kidney disease. She confessed to police in extreme detail, and she told them that on the night of the shooting, she went into the store and shot them in the head because they used to make fun of her for being a lesbian, and she took money from the register so that police would believe that this was a robbery. It's so scary to think that this many people are capable of hiding a dark secret like murder. The Ku Klux Klan terrorizes us on number 7. 2 fishermen found a dead body in 1957, and after an investigation, it was later determined that the body was Willie Edwards Jr.
Wait, what?
It was also revealed that he had spent the last several months of his life being harassed by KKK members because he apparently offended a white woman. Eventually, the KKK abducted him and brought him.
Isn't that shit still a thing today? Which is scary. Crazy. Crazy thing that shit's still probably happening in like weird ass areas. I don't fucking know. Like, don't lie, bro. We all just walk through a forest. It usually happens in like forest, right? Doesn't that shit usually take place in like, I mean, that could be said for like any ritual. I don't fucking know.
To a bridge and told them to jump. The police brought in some members of the KKK as potential suspects, but a judge threw out their case twice. Probably because he was also being harassed by the KKK, but as years went on, one of the members named Henry Alexander confessed on his deathbed that he was actually involved in the murder. He also admitted that they falsely identified Willie, and he wasn't even the person who harassed the white woman to begin with. So essentially, he confessed to killing an innocent bystander. The man with a lot of skeletons in his closet takes us to number 6. Vernon Seitz was 62 years old.
That's just me, guys. You're just looking at me. I gotta work out in the future. I'm like the only scary skinny dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like the only intimidating, like, person that's, like, skinny, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta work out in the future, 100%. But it's like, right now I'm prioritizing my YouTube and, like, music and shit. But it's like, in the future, I'll definitely work out 100%.
Old when he told his psychiatrist that he had killed 2 children. I mean, is this real life right now? The psychiatrist had no choice but to call the police to report the murder, but once the police arrived, Vernon had passed away from natural causes. After his death, the police investigated his home and they made some pretty shocking discoveries. And yeah, you guys guessed it. They found that he had a collection of videos and photos of young boys who disappeared back in 1989, and they found a bunch of other
I got an Amber Alert last night saying an 8-year-old was like abducted, bro, and I was like, damn, like they be doing these little kids wrong, man. Crazy, sad, fucked up world we live in.
Inappropriate videos and pictures. However, Vernon Seitz hasn't been formally charged with any murders since his death, even though he confessed to at least 2 murders. A scary skeleton creeps onto this list at number 5. After the police received an anonymous tip, they discovered the skeleton of 𝐕𝐝 𝐾𝐲𝐬, and he had been buried underneath a patio for 12 years. The police needed to use specialized radar equipment in order to uncover the body, because he was buried underneath several layers of concrete. Whoever killed 𝐕𝐝 𝐾𝐲𝐬 definitely took the time to cover up any evidence. Once they were able to dig through the concrete, the body was found with both of his wrists and ankles tightly taped. The police needed to confirm the identity of the body, so they showed pictures of the clothing that was on the skeleton to the person who originally reported Muhammad missing. Once the police interviewed him in his room at a London hospice, Roy Heath confessed to the murder, saying that he had strangled Muhammad after they got into a heated argument. Next up, number 4, we have some Hollywood drama for you guys.
Wasn't there like a scandal? Well, not even a scandal. Is that, what would you call it, a scandal? Wasn't there like a time where like the Hollywood sign was like flipped or whatever? Is that true? I don't fucking know.
1922, a very famous Hollywood director.
Isn't it like illegal to like even touch this shit? Well, duh. But like, what happens like if someone actually like touches it? Do they get executed? Hold on, let me. You see how it says Hollywood? Let me remove the holly and just leave the wood, and let me smoke a wood while sitting on the. Well, I don't think you can. You sit on that? Is it like made out of plastic? Is it thin? I don't know. Let me smoke a wood while sitting on the wood.
Named William Desmond was fatally shot, and the police had no idea what really went on that day. 40 years later, the actress named Margaret Gibson made a surprising confession. She had just suffered from a major heart attack, and while she was in the hospital, she began confessing to a murder that she committed when she was 27 years old and she was high on drugs. She said that she used to work with William Desmond, and even though she was never considered a suspect in his murder, she was the one who brutally killed him. After she confessed, it took another couple of years before her deadly secret was made public. An infamous murder stabs his way onto this list at number 3. Otis Toole was a drifter and a serial killer who was serving time behind bars for 6 counts of murder. He was dying of liver failure, so that's when he turned to his niece and made one last creepy confession. On his deathbed, he told his niece that he was the one that was responsible for killing a 6-year-old named Adam Welsh back in 1981. He said that he abducted him from a Sears department store and decapitated his head, but he was never convicted of the crime, because even though he
imagine being decap. I mean, at least it's instant, but still, like just a quick slit. Fuck my mic. You know what I'm saying?
confessed, he later recanted his confession and the police didn't have enough evidence to convict him. How the hell do you just take back a confession, and why would he confess to a murder on his deathbed if he didn't do it? A guilty conscience brings us to number 2. Back in 1974, a 17-year-old girl named Amy Billing went missing in the area of Coconut Grove, Miami. Her disappearance shocked the community because there was no witness or explanations. As decades went on, her body was never found and police were unable to make any arrests. But while on his deathbed, a man named Paul Branch made a chilling confession. He was a member of the infamous Pagans motorcycle gang, and he was also convicted of murder, but before he took his final breath, he admitted that his gang was responsible for Amy's death. Gang. Members of the gang brought her to a park.
Imagine being in gangs, bro. Couldn't be me. You know what's crazy? I feel like I'm gonna be for real, like, as much as I want to, like, I think gangs are fucked up, I still think they're cool as shit. Like, I already know in the future, like, I'm just gonna be, like, I'm gonna do music videos with gangs and I don't know, like, biker gangs. That'd be cool as shit. I already know I'm, like, I don't know. Like, I already know for one, I have new music videos, music video ideas. Like, hold on. If you're new to my channel, I like to do this a lot. I'm gonna show you guys some ideas I got for my channel. Like, I'm just thinking of some ideas. Hold on, let me go through my music real quick. Like, I already know for, Pig, it's gonna be, like, I don't know that one yet. Pop is gonna be, like, in a carnival area. Riot's, like, I don't know. I already know for my Insane song, you guys probably have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, but I make music. If you're new to my channel, check out my music. But, like, I have ideas, like, for one of my songs, Dead Corpses. It's one of my darkest songs. I already know that's gonna be, like, in a forest. I don't know. I'm gonna have that, like, in a forest. It's gonna be, like, intense, like, visuals. I can't explain. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna have the crazy music videos ever. I already know my most infamous one. Like, I know one that I'm gonna do is called Insane. It's called Insane. That's what I call it. It's gonna have me and my soulmate. We're just gonna be, like, in, like, a white room, and it's gonna be the most infamous video of all time. We'll probably have, like, a censored and uncensored, because I know it's gonna, like, have a lot of controversy. I know it'll probably get taken down, but we're just gonna have, like, a footage of us shitting on each other while wearing our ski mask, bro. Oh my god. It's gonna be crazy. Like, it's just gonna show us naked in, like, a white room, and we're just shitting on each other. And it's gonna be the most infamous video of all time. We're gonna have a censored and uncensored one. If you're new to my channel, I'm crazy, by the way. Welcome to my channel, but yeah.
In the Everglades, and things went bad to worse. She was murdered and her body was thrown into a swamp that was full of alligators. A lot of the details he confessed to coincide with some of the evidence that the police had, but members of the gang are still maintaining their innocence. The freezer confession makes its way on this list at number 1. This story actually gives me the chills, no pun intended.
Imagine freezing to death, bro. Holy shit.
So after years of domestic abuse from her husband, Geraldine Kelly shot him and hid his body in the freezer. She kept his body in the freezer for 7 years, and she told all of her children that he had been hit by a car and that's how he died. But in 2004, she was suffering from an end-stage breast cancer and she desperately needed to tell someone about her dark secret. So during her final days, she finally told her daughter about what she had done, and she reported it to the police. Upon investigation, her storage locker in California, police discovered her husband's body in the freezer, completely mummified.
Imagine freezing to death. Couldn't be me.
So at the end, she was telling the truth, but that's crazy to live on with a lie for that long. Like, he died in a car accident. How brutal. Well, there you guys have it. This is the end.
Well, guys, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Which one of those scary last breath confessions was the most interesting to you? Here's the reaction content. These more reaction views features than to do. I'll see you next one. Peace.